Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to show you how to solve a question involving exact equations. So on the previous video, I've shown you there are 7 steps that you can use when you have a question involving exact equations. So here we're going to look at some examples. Okay. The first example is actually taken from my lecture notes. It's given as 2xy dx plus x squared minus 1 dy equals to 0. So identify your m and your n as follows. Okay, now check whether they are exact. If they are not exact, you probably won't be able to use this approach. Okay, since they are equal, so we can say that they are exact. Now let's do the first step. The first step is to let partial f over partial x equals to m of xy, which is 2xy, and partial f over partial y as n of xy, which is x squared minus 1. So let's label it 1, label it 2. Okay, so you can do either way, starting from this and then this, or starting from 1 to 2. So we're gonna look at how to do it from m and then see what we get. So the first step will be, okay, we have to integrate. So we want to integrate respect to x, which is we want to integrate our m of xy dx. Now integrate this will give me f of xy. Now integrate m, which is our 2xy dx. So this will give me 2x2 over 2y plus gy. So the constant here we are writing in terms of gy. Okay, and then simplifying this, let's simplify this. X squared y plus gy. Okay, so this is good. Now step number 4. We want to differentiate with respect to y. So let's call it equation number 3. We want to differentiate equation number 3 with respect to y. Now, differentiating this gives me partial f or partial y. Differentiating with respect to y gives me x squared plus g prime y. Okay, so now we know that earlier on our equation 2. We look at the equation 2, which is our nxy, which is our x squared minus 1. Now equate these two equations. X squared plus g prime y equals to x squared minus 1. Now this gives me g prime y equals to negative 1. Okay, the next step will be to integrate that respect to y. So we have g prime y equals to negative 1. The reason we want to integrate is to find gy and put it back into equation 3. So integrate this will give me gy. Now integrate this will give me negative y. Now obviously you have plus c here, but we are not going to write it not until toward the end. Now we are almost done, where our 7th equation will be, recall equation 3. So look at that equation 3, where we have fxy equals to x squared y, so plus gy. So we want to substitute our gy to here. So we have fxy equals to x squared y plus gy. Now gy is negative y. So we have c, now we have a constant c here, x squared y minus y. Simplifying this will give me y equals to c over x squared minus 1. So this is our solution when the exact equation or differential is given. Okay, let's look at one more example. Okay, and one more example is also taken from my lecture notes. So the example is given as this. So we have 3y2 minus x squared over y5 dy plus x over 2y4 dx equals to 0. Now we want to solve this. Okay, to solve this using exact equation, what we have to do is rearrange this first. Okay, we have x over 2y4 dx plus 3y2 minus x2 over y5 dy, and obviously this is my m and this is my n. So before we proceed, just check whether they are exact. So respect to y, what we have, this is a constant, then I have negative 4y, negative 5, negative 2x over y5. Now n with respect to x, this is equation here, so we have negative 2x over y5. So therefore we can see that these two are the same and they are exact. So once they are exact, we can use exact approach to solve this equation. So the step number 1 is to write partial f over partial x equals to m of xy, which is x over 2y4. And then write this as equation 1. Now we have partial f over partial y equals to n of xy, which is 3y2 minus x2 over y5. So to simplify this, let's write this as x2 over y5. This is my equation 2. Okay, so step number 2 will be to differentiate equation number 1. Okay, so we want to differentiate 1 with respect to x. So we have, sorry, it's not differentiate. So it's not differentiate, integrate. So we want to integrate. Okay, we want to integrate 1 with respect to x. So we have partial f over partial x, which is x over 2y4. Now I want to integrate this with respect to x. So this will give me f of xy equals to x2 over 2, and then we have the other term here, plus gy. Okay, so simplifying this, x2 over 4y4 plus gy. Okay, so number 3 will be, let's denote this as equation number 3. So step number 3 will be to differentiate equation 3 with respect to y. So we have partial f over partial y. Now differentiate respect to y. So this is the constant here. Now we want to differentiate 1 over y4. Differentiate this will give me g prime y. So simplifying, we have partial f over partial y, x2 over 4. We have negative 4y, negative 5 plus g prime y. So I just differentiate this to get that. So simplifying again, we have negative x2 over y5 plus g prime y. So this is my partial f over partial y. Now step number 4 is to equate. Let's call this equation number 4. Equate equation 4 with equation 2. Now what is equation 2? If you look at equation 2 earlier on, this is our equation 2. Partial f over partial y equals to this whole equation, which is our n. Okay, so we have our n as 3 over y3 minus x2 over y5. This is our n, and equate with 4. Okay, this is equation 2. This is my equation 4. So when you equate this, we can see that these are the same things, so the rest belongs to my g prime. So g prime y equals to 3 over y3. Okay, so I can also write this as 3y negative 3. Okay, now step number 5 is to integrate g prime y and 3 over y3 with respect to y. So integrate g prime y will give me gy. Integrate this will give me 3y negative 3. So I have negative 2 over negative 2. Okay, we don't have to write the constant yet in this stage. So we have gy equals to negative 3 over 2y squared. Okay, so we are almost to the final step. Okay, the final step is to, if you look at, we have known that earlier on, our equation 3. So equation 3 is given as this one. fxy equals to x squared over 4y4 plus gy. Okay, so we have obtained the gy here. So fxy equals to x4 over 4y4. Let's check again whether x4 or x3. x2 over 4y4. So let's fix that. So we have x2 over 4 plus gy. So this is c equals to x2 over 4y4 minus 3 over 2y2. Therefore, this is the answer. Okay, so this is one example. Now, we'll see you in the next video. That's all for today.